Yes, oh, come on, shorty, let's go. Girl, I see you over there in the corner of the dance floor, and I know you're acting shy, looking at the corner of your eyes. So I pick my heart up off the floor.
Hey, welcome back. We're back.
It's just being the Joneses. Just being the Joneses. Just being the Joneses. It's been a long while.
Yeah, it sure has. It's been a minute. We needed a break.
So, yeah, we kind of took a break to just take a break, right? And we're sitting out here at Midtown, in Tampa Bay,
Yeah,
in the Bay.
One of my favorite spots.
Just enjoying a drink and the scenery.
And the weather for the most part.
Yes, it's so good.
Because if it was hot as hell, I wouldn't be out here. But it's nice and cool. I'm not too cool, but it's cool breeze blowing. Enjoying this nice fall weather. My favorite weather, really.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
And people watching a little bit. You know, that's one of the a good pastime, you know.
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that I reflect all the time. So one of the things that I was thinking about lately, or something that we were just talking about, was life and how you could take different paths, and different paths I believe can lead you to the same place, and then there's different paths that can lead you otherwise. So I think there's probably, when I look at my life, I think it's different paths that could have probably brought me here to the same place that I'm at now in life, but also different paths that I look at, different things that happened in my life, especially when I was younger, that could have, if I didn't make different choices, that could have took me, brought me to a different place.
Yeah.
So those different places that I think about could have been not so good. So I think a lot of times when we think of regret, life with regret and different things like that, I don't know, me personally, I don't think I really have. I don't think I really have regrets. You?
No. I mean, just about anybody could say what you just said, that, depending on which decision they would have made earlier in their life, they could have did something better. But I mean, I don't have any regrets in my life. I mean, I can look back and easily say, yeah, I could have did something better, but my life would look very similar either way. I think if I had a chance to go back 20 years ago or whatever, I would still do pretty much the same thing. I would still be right here. Nothing much would really change. 'Cause, I mean, I like the way my life is. I ain't rich and famous or glamorous or nothing like that. But I mean, I'm making enough money to have a pretty happy life, for me and my family, and I'm all right with that.
Sure. And the way that these famous people be getting it from y'all out there, I don't think I would rather want to be famous anyway. Like, I could take the wealth without the fame, right?
Yeah. For real.
Because
y'all don't be having no mercy on rich people.
Famous people, I would say.
Famous people, yeah.
They just don't, like.
I mean, one slip up and boom.
Not only that, shoot, like, everything they do is a magnifying glass. You can file something with the court, it's out there.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, everybody talking about it, sharing it, spreading it around.
Yeah. Because the paparazzi is everywhere.
Yeah,
Everybody got a camera.
The thing that I do say, though, is that we don't have to help to make the situation worse. And so, but, I mean, that's another thing. I mean, that's just one of my opinions and my outlooks and things, that we don't have to help make a situation. It can get out there. We don't have to, because it could be any one of us, really. To be honest, when you think about it, it's people that's not even famous that get out there in the news and they name kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm like, it can happen to any one of us and be.
And they get famous.
Yeah,
Something happens.
it could really happen to any one of us for real. Like anything could be misconstrued or whatever can happen. But
Yeah.
anyway, so that ain't really necessarily really the life that I would want anyway. But I mean, I feel kind of like the same way. I don't necessarily, could I have made better choices?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Same
absolutely. You know, and some of those better choices that I could have made would have made a difference in some of the things that happened in my life, or even some of the connections that I might have had, that probably wasn't the best. But at the same time, I still don't have any regrets. And the reason why I say that is because you can take those whatever things that you have experienced and you can learn from them, and then you take those and make better choices, and then you know, you don't have to cause those things to be like a dark cloud over your life or carry those things with you. So that's how I look at it. Like, yeah, like for instance, so I got married when I was young, like 19 years old. So if I look back, I could say that no, I wouldn't have, like if I had a chance to go back, I would not marry the same person. Would I get married at 19? I'm not gonna say I wouldn't get married at 19. But I would say I wouldn't have married that person. But I don't have no regrets, because I just know that some things that I know I could have done differently, but I don't have any regrets because I did learn a lot from those choices that I did make. And so I'm definitely not one of those people who repeat offender on my my bad choices.
Some of those choices made you stronger, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. I mean, you know, same way I could have went back and did something. I mean, I could have did something differently, but looking back on it, I say again, I support everything I've done. You know what I'm saying? I stand behind everything that I have done, but I've learned from mistakes. So,
yeah, I wouldn't suggest that anyone be like hard on themselves about the things that they choices that they made in the past or anything. Like, it's okay to have, if you're the type of person who, oh, I regret doing that, I shouldn't have done that, whatever, that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with regrets, but I will say too, it's so many people that are suffering from like depression and stuff like that based on things that they have done or choices that they made that put them in a certain place that they cannot go back and change. The only thing you can do is going forward, try to make as, you know, better choices, and then learn from the things that you did, you know, you have went through, the experiences that you did go through. But to tote that around with you and keep that weight on you as something, and keep saying, well, keep ruminating on what you could have done differently, it does nothing but cause depression and cause discontentment in your life and all of those things. And sometimes people don't even trust themselves to make choices
based off mistakes that they made or decisions they made that could have went better.
Yeah. So it's like, now I'm afraid to make this choice, because if I make this choice, you know, then what if this happened? What if? When really, like, just like relationship wise, like, okay, I made a decision. I got married when I was younger. That relationship did not work out. It was not a good relationship or whatever, so to speak. However, I decided that I was not going to allow that to hinder me from actually opening myself up to love again, right? So I don't regret opening myself up to love and opening myself up to being somebody's wife at that age. It's just that, yes, I could have made a better choice of the person. So what I did was, I opened myself up again, but I made a better choice of the person that I chose. So I let those experiences and those things, the decisions that I made before, help me to make more informed and better decisions. And then, in my life going forward. But when I did open myself up again.
Probably have more standards this time around, stuff like
Oh,
that.
absolutely. Because now, even because like I said, when I was after my divorce from my husband, my ex-husband, I did, date and stuff like that. And some of those people I did spend time with, I knew that this is not somebody that I would connect myself to long term. I would not try to build a future with this person. But I knew that based on the experiences that I had before and the fact that I knew I wasn't going to open myself up to that extent to someone that didn't check certain boxes that I had.
Right.
So I did have those standards, but those standards was for someone that I would be long term with.
That's right.
So to speak. So, I mean, because, you could date different people, but that don't mean that that's going to be somebody that you're going to take with you for the long haul.
Yeah. Especially if they don't meet those, they don't check at least most of the boxes, meeting those standards, then, I mean, they're probably not going to be around long.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
sometimes something that's you meet good people, or you form relationships, good friendships and stuff from your single life and all of that things. But that don't mean that has to be the person that you have to strive to spend your life with. You can't, if it doesn't fit, there's no need to try to force it.
That's right.
But as far as and even when you start thinking career wise, because you went into the military early. So,
Early.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. And he had even said something to me earlier this week about me going into. I should have went to the military when I was young. I'm like, no, that wasn't for me. You
wouldn't have had to worry about them Biden forgiveness for student loans and try to apply for this and that.
Well, still, that was not gonna be. That just wasn't for me.
Yeah,
apparently, it was definitely for you.
It's not
because you fit. That fit you.
Yeah.
But
I made it work to my advantage. So hey,
yeah,
I'm not, going back, I would do it again. I would say that, but that don't mean I'm all gung ho military, because I mean they're not the best organization in the world. Say it's cool. I mean, I use it for my advantage. I want a retirement. Everybody use it for something. Some people go in it just for school, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody get what they want out of it. So I want a retirement out of it. That's what I got.
Yeah.
So
and you retired.
I don't regret it.
And you retired, and retired from the military because you still,
I'm still working. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the pension is nice.
Yeah, and see with me, so I went to I would say I kind of took my time with college, right? So then when I was in, then I take a break, and then when I really got back into it, I said I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna take any breaks. I'm gonna keep going full until I get to where I want to be, the degree that I want to have.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I finished my bachelor's degree, I had a couple people tell me, because I was a single mom going to school, and sometimes I was going full time and working full time. So, and taking care of two boys. So, I had people tell me, well, maybe you should take a break. And I was like, no, I don't want to take a break. When I set my mind to my goals, if I really set my mind to it, then I want to do it and keep it moving until it's actually done.
And she do. She do.
Yes, I do. So it could be a small project, it could be a big one, whatever it is, it's gonna be done. Which is where we differ, because he'll start a project and it'll take him 5 years to finish it.
And that's a good time, and shoot,
No.
because that's a good time.
So
Let me take care of. That's one thing I regret though. Yeah, I mean, I congratulate, tip my hat to anybody who got a college degree. I don't care if it's an AA degree, because I ain't even got that. To be honest, I started college, and I was hitting the ground running, but I just I was taking those breaks, and I took too many breaks too long, so and I just never did.
And he continues to do this and other things in his life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
But luckily in my career field, we don't, it's not focused on degrees. If you have
yeah, which
experience
is good. Yeah.
with certifications, and that's part of the reason why I did be like, oh, well, I don't really need a degree because
Yeah.
they're gonna ask for the cert anyway. So,
They're
So
gonna
I got
ask
the
for the cert. And so when I went ahead and finished, and it seemed like every single degree, y'all know, every single thing that I wanted to do, every time I wanted to do something, it needed something more than what I had. So, like, I had an associate degree, you needed a bachelor's degree. I had a bachelor's degree, you needed a master's degree. I had a master's degree, you needed to be licensed. So, my licensing was my last goal as far as when it came to the education stuff. So, basically, I said, okay, I want to be done with this. I want to get licensed. I want to be done by this particular time. So I gave myself a time frame, and I finished before that time frame. I got what I needed to have before that time frame. Now, like, my expectations for what I was going to do with my licensing is different from what I'm actually doing. So my expectations was I'm going to have my license. I'm going to be able to go into these agencies, these organizations, and work as a licensed therapist. I had no intention on having my own private practice at that time when I said I was going to be licensed. But that's how it worked out.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just certain decisions that you can make, certain choices. Now, in making those choices in life, works come into play. Life just don't hand you stuff. You got to work toward it. You got to have faith, and you got to speak things. You got to speak out how you want your life to be and believe that, affirm that, pray for that. But at the same time, you also have to put it into action with works. Because stuff you just don't get to speak it and then it just happens without you doing something. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah. Pray on it. You gotta move your feet. I always told my kids, you gotta work hard to be successful. It's not gonna fall in your lap. And same thing with adults. Don't matter. You gotta work hard at it. The 20 years I did, that was hard work.
And sacrifice for real.
And sacrifice for real.
I didn't think I was gonna make it. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Iraq, Afghanistan,
when he was deployed, right before he retired.
I mean,
it's definitely difficult. And when you see the kids they have to go through it as well, because we had when he was deployed in 2017 to 2018. Cam was just starting. He had different things in his life changing. So he was just going into kindergarten. He had a sibling that he was pretty close to that was leaving the house as well. She was going into the military. Dad was leaving and going to deployment. So it was a lot of changing going on in his life, and I had
within those few months.
Yeah, and I had to definitely keep that into consideration with
and
him.
And this supermom right here held down the fort while I was gone, halfway around the world. So she made it all. It was hard.
And
made it all happen.
And I took my experience as a single mother.
And there you go. There you go.
And I put it into action.
Yep.
So, that experience then that I had as a single mother.
Yep.
When you think about different choices that you make in life, when certain things happen in your life, you have to think about the choices that you made and not always blame other people. So it's like when I was a single mother partly because somebody didn't want to take accountability and responsibility for their children. But I also was one because the choice that I made when I was choosing someone, and you don't always know, that when you get divorced or something like that, you're no longer with a person, that how they're going to be when it comes to. But at the same time, it still was my choice. The person that I chose was who I chose to have kids with. So,
two magnificent kids came out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Two awesome kids. So I got good things that came out of that. That's why I don't have regrets, because it was because then I can't imagine once I have my children, I can't imagine not having them now. So, and the experiences and the memories and stuff that I have with them. So therefore, you know, that I could say I could take out all the good things, like the good things that I learned, my lessons, everything I was able to apply, experiences, things that I have experienced that I could use to help other women and other people, because of those experiences that I have, and all of that. So it's about how you look at life, like how you want to look at it,
Yep.
and it makes a world of a difference.
Yep. Like I always do, find the silver lining in everything. Everything got that silver lining in it. So at the end of the day, hey, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be all right. You still make it to tomorrow, then hey, it's great.
Well, yeah, because you gotta.
Unless you at P-Farm.
But you're still alive. I'm still alive.
Hey.
I'm still alive. You can't wake up and I'm still alive.
Hey, you're still alive, but hey, you gotta watch your back.
Yeah, but you're still alive. So even then, that's still opportunity to do something better.
That's
great.
Right. That's right.
Every day.
That's right.
Going in that library. The P-Farm got a library.
Yeah.
You can go in and educate yourself or whatever.
That's right. That's right. There's always a better,
So, yeah. So basically, yeah. And I mean, hey, at the time when you with the person that you with or whatever, that's what at that time. But like I said, I've learned with my connection, life is funny. And the directions and different paths that we go down and how we get to a certain place could be, you could look back and it could be very, very comical.
Yeah.
Because that's what I look at. That's how I look at it when I think about us and, even us being together and stuff like that. It's kind of pretty comical to me in the sense. Like just the path of what could have been earlier on but wasn't, and then coming back full circle to what is. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, haha, God, okay, I see.
Hold up. You ain't ready. You go that way, you go that way.
Yeah. And even still, you think that's even a thing? Like, do you think that's even a thing? Like, even back then, like we met each other, could have dated in high school, but didn't. Like, was it not? Apparently, you say everything's happening for a reason, so it's not. It wasn't our time. So, but we went. For sure, I don't think it was my choice and not God's will for me to marry the person that I did marry. Now him, if he think it was God's will or to marry the person he did marry, I don't know. But I'm saying for me, it was not. So, we could say that it wasn't our time at that time, but is it just that we didn't choose for it to be our time at that moment?
That will always be a mystery. I don't know.
Yep.
I do not know. But brought us back together. So, God created MySpace so I could write your cousin.
God created MySpace.
So I could I'm pretty sure he did. It's in the Bible, ain't it? And in the New Testament. It started on the tablet, didn't it?
Y'all know what?
The first friend request was chiseled on the tablet, I think. Wasn't it in Romans? But yeah, so God created MySpace so I could write your cousin and say, hey, how April doing? She's still mad at me. And yeah, you wrote me.
Well, God definitely gave the knowledge to whoever it is.
God saw it and it was good.
Okay.
God said it was all good. Now let me rest. He said, brother, I'm going to rest because you got some work to do.
And that is the truth. That's right.
Well, look at that.
Somebody asked me yesterday it's funny, it was a young person. I ain't gonna say no names. One of my favorite people though. Asked me did I get boss off of a mechanical line. And like how he came, did I get him off a mechanical line where I built him myself or something? And I was like,
am I part Android now? Am I the clone?
I was like, no, he came to me that way. He came to me this way.
You got to tell me who that was.
He came to me this way.
Hey, am I perfect?
Let me look. Let's do this.
Hey, am I perfect?
Look, no.
No, I'm not.
But you perfect for me.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, all right then.
Yes. Yeah. So life is good, y'all. Challenges happen, but it's always in how you look at it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, got to take them lemons and make lemonade. Throw some ice in there. Shake it up around there, get it to the right temperature.
Yep.
Nice and
Yep. I need
get cool you off.
I need a little vodka sometimes. Hey, depending on the situation, and I understand.
Light lemonade.
Shoot.
Yeah. So basically, we just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about life and choices and things like that. And hopefully, y'all not out there being too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Because life happens. Life is unpredictable.
Yep.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna regret.
So
That's for sure.
so just and if you need help moving through life, y'all know y'all can always call a mental health professional to help you through that.
Yes.
Um
Black excellence is going to seek mental health. Like if you break your leg, you going to the doctor.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't feeling right in this side, you got food poisoning, you going to the doctor. So if you ain't all right mentally, then you need to go get that checked. Just
Yeah.
like you would in anyone else. Go to that therapist.
Yeah.
Let them doctor you up.
And if you had a bad experience before, just try it again. It ain't always, just like doctors ain't always a good match for you. Just like your whatever mate you might choose ain't always a therapist relationship is a therapist and client relationship has to be one that can be one of trust, and you have to actually build that relationship and build that rapport and stuff. And sometimes you connect. Like me, honestly, I'm a therapist that's not. I may not be the therapist for everybody, and I'm okay with that because I'm not going to be for everybody.
Right.
And that's cool. And throughout my whole career, I've always been okay with that, but not being everybody's, fit, and that's okay. So if
And
you
And you've even recommended people to other therapists.
oh,
before they-
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. So that has to be a relationship that's a good fit. So I would encourage you, if you tried it, you didn't have a good experience, don't give up. Try it again, because sometimes life be lifing,
Mhm.
and we be needing help with it. So, and it's okay to need help with it and not have it all together, all the time, and stuff like that.
And
So,
it definitely shows strength to go get help.
mhm.
So,
Yep. So that's that for the Joneses, and we're happy to be back.
yeah, this feels good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do a different location. Mix it up
Yeah.
a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So, but I like this scenery. Y'all like this scenery here? It's looking all
Yeah.
Florida-y and stuff.
Y'all ever down in Tampa, check out Midtown,
Yeah.
and
Go to
definitely go to
Joffrey's.
Joffrey's.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get this little caramel apple chai latte.
Yeah, they I had a smoothie. It was a purple pinata
Purple pinata.
smoothie.
Yeah,
So
they get some of the best drinks in town, hands
Mhm.
down.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Try it out if y'all ever in the area. So that's just been the Joneses, and we're out. Up on this place called William Dean Chocolates, and we are going to. Yeah, they have all types of gourmet chocolates. They have macaroons. Look at this, guys. That chocolate looks so pretty. I wouldn't want to eat it. It looks so pretty. Oh. What you sampling? Oh, this is ice cream.
Gelato.
Oh, gelato.
How was that?
And sorbet.
Oh, I might have to try this. Yeah. What's this?
Gelato and sorbet.
Gelato and sorbet mix.
I know what flavors.
I got dark fruit and butter pecan.
Oh. So, this William Dean chocolate is pretty good. Well, I didn't get chocolate, but we got
Sorbet and gelato.
well, he got sorbet.
I got sorbet and gelato.
Okay, and I got gelato.
I like variety.
So I have cheesecake flavor gelato. It's really good.
Yeah.
So again, if you're in Tampa Bay,
So you
go
get
down to
that.
Midtown, get you some Joffrey's,
Yeah.
and then get you some William Dean. Y'all have a good day.
You could have gone anywhere, been anywhere.